Hurricanes hitting the economy, Harvey and Irma contributing to the first employment decline in 7 years. We were just talking all about that. But the White House is still optimistic.
While many displaced weren't able to work, the economy still remains extremely strong. Those people continue to have jobs, which is why the unemployment rate actually fell.
Let's bring in today's panel. Tom Gimbel, the CEO of LaSalle Network, Jack Hough from Barron's, and Heather Zumarraga from Vision 4. Jack, I'll start with you. We might expect a bounce back here. I mean, we're going to see more construction jobs in these big states where things got destroyed. And the unemployment, probably temporary. What do you think?
I don't think anyone's worried about these jobs numbers. Typically, you would see a bit of an economic pinch here in the short term, but more activity going forward. For example, if you look at the car business, you had some dealerships that were closed for weeks. That's bad business for car makers. But you also had thousands upon thousands of cars that were destroyed and now need to be replaced. That's future business. So I think these numbers will get better in short order. Tom,
what do you make of the fact, I mean, you're an employment expert, so a lot of the loss was in services, you know, restaurants, all of that kind of stuff. Going forward, where do you think we see the pickup?
It shows how dated the BLS report is. I mean, the fact of the matter is something in Houston and in southern Florida dictates what the economy is going to be for the entire country, and now we're in the rebuilding phase. I couldn't agree more with the other panelists, and the fact is that the economy is still going strong. Fed rates are staying low. Maybe there's a hint of inflation, but it doesn't seem like it. Tech sector is still growing. Sales and marketing is still being hired. Back office is still being hired. This economy is as healthy as it's been, and participation rate increases. And now we're going to have more people going down there to work in rebuilding of these markets. It actually ends up being a positive moving forward, and I wouldn't be surprised if next month there's a restatement of these numbers.
Heather, at the same time, you see businesses being destroyed. I mean, there were people who lost what they had. They don't necessarily have insurance to replace it all. It's not all good news.
It's not, but again, a negative 33,000 print in terms of job loss today is a positive in a sense that when you look at Hurricane Katrina's and other natural disasters in the past, losing 33,000 jobs when we had this kind of disastrous impact on both two big economic states for our economy, Texas and Florida, then we're doing pretty well. And the key, Melissa, here is that wage growth up 2.9%. That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. Jack, I mean, that had been the weak spot for so long, wage growth.
Yeah, it's good to see a little bit of wage growth coming along. I mean, the market has looked tight for a while, so we've all been watching for it. And now we're starting to get a bit.
Yeah. Tom, where do you see the opportunity going forward? I mean, where are the open jobs where people are looking for new employees?
Yeah. The real problem is we still do, but we talked about the skills gap in the technology space and data analytics. Now we've got a blue-collar participation gap. So we're going to have a lot of jobs dealing in home building, construction, masonry, things along those lines, and there aren't a lot of people out there that want to go throw a hammer. So even if we say that the unemployment rate's skewed, which has always been the counter good economy argument, there aren't a lot of people willing to go from white-collar unemployed to blue-collar workers. So I think there's going to be a little bit of a participation gap in people that are willing to go down there and do the blue-collar work.